More than 100 structures were burned by the fire, which grew to 700 acres overnight. 3 people, including 2 firefighters, were injured. A brief rain arrived in the area early Thursday morning which helped firefighting efforts, but didn't put out the blaze. Some 11,000 homes were affected by evacuations. The evacuations were just miles from the site of the 2016 Gatlinburg wildfire disaster. Evacuations for thousands of homes remained in place in the Gatlinburg, Tennessee, area Thursday as firefighters battled a destructive fire that tripled in size in high winds overnight. The so-called Hatcher Mountain Fire had burned through 700 acres of Sevier County, including more than 100 structures and 5 firefighting vehicles, Sevier County Mayor Larry Waters said in a morning press conference. Waters said it was unclear how many of those structures were homes. One construction worker on a bulldozer was injured when the fire overran his vehicle. He was flown to the University of Tennessee Medical Center, but there were no updates on his condition. 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries, which were treated on the scene. Waters said that there were no deaths and no reports of missing persons at this time, but the evacuations would remain in place until firefighters got the upper hand on the blaze. The Hatcher Mountain Fire was one of several fires that broke out in the area Wednesday, including one closer to Gatlinburg proper overnight that happened after wind knocked down a power line that sparked the blaze. That fire forced evacuations early Thursday morning, but those orders have since been rescinded after the fire was contained. Fire officials said that all other fires were contained and that their main focus was the Hatcher Mountain Fire, which more than tripled in size overnight and forced expanded evacuations multiple times. Some 11,000 homes were involved in all of the evacuations, Waters said. More, latest evacuation map. Pigeon Forge Fire Chief Tony Watson described a terrifying scene as firefighters tried to protect a local inn on Hatcher Mountain. They were making one heck of a stand, Watson said. The road got blocked and they had to abandon their vehicles and go back into the black, the area that had already been burned, as the fire blew over them. We always say in the fire service that we'll risk a lot to save a lot. You worry about having to face their family if they don't get to go home, and that's what went through our heads as that fire went past them, Watson said. The flames were fueled by high winds ahead of a low-pressure system responsible for an outbreak of damaging severe thunderstorms across the south. That same storm system finally reached the area early Thursday morning and brought a brief, but much-needed rain. Rain totals were only 1/10 of an inch and the rain had ended by 7 a.m. local time. The rain, helped us, but it didn't put out the fire, Waters said.